Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1 minute time check, stations.
On the Huskies Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Brett Larson Show, presented by Preferred One. Achieve your best health with Preferred One health plans for employers. Also brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, serving justice for the injured. St. Cloud Financial Credit Union, committed to creating a meaningful difference for our members and our community. Shields, gear, passion, sports. St. Cloud Orthopedics, live better. And by Speedy Delivery, better overnight delivery, lower price. Now, the Brett Larson Show. Here's the voice of Huskies hockey, Jim Erickson.
Hey, yes, it is the Brett Larson Show live from the Green Mill. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Got a nice crowd on hand. And of course, you might be listening or watching us as well. Varsity Network app, and we went from a video crew of 1 to a video crew of 4, putting this on the air and online on the stream, Facebook Live, our YouTube channel. It's on Twitter, and it will be on UTVS Charter, the St. Cloud State Charter Channel 180, the one that shows the games again here locally, that replays the games, Charter 180. It'll be featured on that as well. So a lot of pressure for our guest here today. Nick Oliver is with us, and the assistant coach for the Huskies. Let's hear it for Nick, huh? We don't need to really put the applause sign on to get some applause for Nick Oliver, filling in for Coach Brett Larson, who I don't know if you've heard is going to be a very busy man here the next few weeks and into the month of February with his Olympic duties. So he had a job that had to do with the Olympics here tonight. So we call on assistant coach, former Husky captain Nick Oliver. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, I usually get this call once a year,
yes.
So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm prepared.
You're always ready. You always, at a moment's notice, you just never know.
No doubt. So, yeah, excited to be out and see everyone tonight.
Yeah, and excited. We got 3 cameras now.
That's
I mean, how exciting is that?
Gets bigger and better every year.
Camera. I mean, I don't know. Am I putting on that much weight? We needed 3 cameras or what? What's going on here? I never did get an explanation on that. But how about this weekend? We got to go right into it. I mean, we could go – you know what we're going to do, folks? I hope you got a lot of time here and you got a lot of money in your card, because we're going to evaluate, break down every single goal from this weekend for the Huskies. So we're going to be here till midnight, probably close. So you'll hear last call, and we'll probably be on goal number 6 from Saturday. But just joking there. What a weekend for the guys. Had to be talking to the guys before the game on Saturday, and then the others, after the game, hearing what they were saying, had to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was just fun to play again. You know, we hadn't been able to play that much hockey with the month that we were off for Christmas, right. And then coming off break, playing Bemidji 2 games, and then we were off for another 2 weeks. So we had played 2 games in pretty much a span of 6 weeks at one point. So I know as a staff, we were just itching to watch our guys play again, and I think the guys felt the same way. And practices got long, right? We got to the point where the guys were ready to play, and obviously they showed that this weekend. And as a staff, I'm not really sure that we knew what to expect just with the long layoff, and in terms of where our execution would be, where our some of the finer details of our game would be, but. we knew we'd come out hard. We just didn't know if we'd be shot out of a cannon and running all over the place without much purpose and direction. But give the guys a lot of credit. They were focused. They were prepared, and they more than executed this weekend.
And the question, if they would be able to, if there was going to be any rust, if they would be, not ready to go, or would have had a negative effect, the long layoff, that was pretty much answered the first shift, right?
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, our building's so great, and I think this year is a great example of that. Like, we've had some really fast starts at home. Like, you go back to the North Dakota game, you go back through some of the games, and just what we've been able to do early on. The Bemidji, obviously they got one early, but we were able to come back. But just some of our early in our starts at home, our first 5 minutes, and we talk about that a lot, and winning those first 5, and it was real evident that the guys were ready Friday.
As you guys broke it down after the Friday game, was it an 11-1 game? Did you play that well, and Miami played that poorly? What was the combination there that made it 11-1? Because, you're in this league, you don't expect an 11-1 score going in, but that's what we ended up seeing on Friday with the Huskies. I don't want to say scoring at will or feasting, but a lot of things went our way because of how the Huskies played.
For sure. It's usually somewhere in between, right? I think we did a lot of really good things. I don't think that they were as sharp as they've been, especially the weekend before. Like, they played Duluth 2 pretty tight games.
Yes.
That Saturday night, they get a tie and a shootout win and take 2 points on that weekend. So, they were sitting around in St. Cloud the week in between, which that was something we had talked about, wanting to get off to a good start.
Right.
And we were able to do that. So I think it was somewhere in between, but I give our guys both nights just a lot of credit for starting fast and then sticking with it. We never really got off of our game. We never really allowed momentum to swing back the other way, whether it was undisciplined penalties, whether it was turning pucks over. We just kind of kept plugging away and really taking control of both of those games.
The only adversity was when they scored to make it 2-1. You're going, okay, this might be a game, but then we answer right away with the Zach Okabe goal, and that's something this team has done a lot as far as answering when another team does something. It seems like Nick, that usually this team answers through adversity or whatever might be going on during the game, and that's kind of been their characteristic, not just this year's team, but the last several teams.
Yeah, sign of good leadership, right? Sign of a veteran team that understands momentum throughout games, understands ebbs and flows, understands, whether you put one in or you get scored on, like that next shift's the next biggest one, right? And some of that's cliche, but I think it's been built into our guys and in our leadership group, and you can hear that talk going on the bench, and I think it plays into our depth as well. Like, we don't feel in our lineup that there's a ton of difference between some of our lines and a ton of drop off, and whether it's forward lines, D pairs, goaltending, so it's a good problem to have.
Last time the Huskies scored 11 goals in a conference game, an 11-1 win over Western Michigan. I thought maybe that was the year that you were still with the team, but that was the year after you had left the Huskies as team captain, where they went in and scored 11-1 at Western Michigan. But have you ever been involved in a game like that with that high scoring at the collegiate level?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. And you mentioned it earlier. I think in our conference, it's games rarely get to that point. The quality of the play is too good. The teams are too well coached. The players are too competitive. So rarely do you see that. But I think a few years ago against Western Michigan, I think the team just needed to get me out of there, right? Get some more skill in. And,
that's right. The scoring went way up after you graduate. Is that what you're saying?
Crazy how that works, yeah.
That is funny. We'll talk a little bit about Nick. We'll catch up and see what's going on with Nick Oliver, one of the favorite Huskies of that early, the half of the last decade from 2011 to 2015. But just to recap, Friday, fans that might not have been there or listened or watched, 11-1 was the final. It was 4-1 after the first. Huskies scored 5 goals in the second period, and then a couple late in the third period. I shouldn't say late in the third period, but later in the game in the third period. And what a game, record-setting game for Nick Perbix, who obviously showed off his offensive skill. He is fun to watch and finds himself down by the net a few times as a defenseman and is able to produce down there. 1 goal, 5 assists, a 6-point game for Nick.
Talented individual. And that was something we had talked about during the week, and something that is a part of the identity of our team, but allowing our giving our defensemen the freedom to join the offense and be creative, and we call it interchangeable parts. So if a defenseman ends up down by the net in a forward spot, well, that just means the forward's got to be covering back at the point, and that's how, in our minds, that we play faster, and there's continuity and there's rhythm to our game. But obviously, Nick, he's a special player, deserves everything that he's gotten with the Olympic nod to go over and play in that tournament. And I think the start of the year, maybe the first third, he offensively the numbers weren't there for him, and he didn't really press. I think everyone probably expected his points to be a little bit higher, but as is a lot of things in hockey, things seem to balance themselves out, right? And someone as talented as him, at the end of the year, when you look at those stats, it's probably going to end up being where it should.
The other Olympian is Sam Hinches, and what a shot in the arm he has been returning back to the lineup when he came back in the Bemidji series. These last 4 games, he's just been absolutely awesome. I think he has 8 points in those 4 games, so 2 points a game, and he just brings a little extra something, doesn't he, with his speed and his skill. And that dangle goal that he scored on Saturday was, as the kids say, sick. The kids still say that?
I think they do.
Sick,
it was
it
was a few different adjectives you could use on that one. But no, Sam's like you mentioned, he's been just a tremendous boost of energy for us. And sign of a good player is someone that makes other guys around him better. And I think not only has he played really well for us, but you've seen Nolan Walker elevate, you've seen Easton Brodzinski elevate, and that whole line has been, through 4 games now, pretty dynamic for us.
Nick Oliver, assistant coach here for the Huskies in his 4th season. We'll return and talk more. Our player guest here tonight, folks. Let's hear it for one goalie on the show is really exciting and entertaining. 2 goalies at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen. So it could be television gold, or they may shut us down after a few minutes. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But we got our 2 goalies that aren't from Europe. It's Joey Lamoureux and Jackson Castro will be our player guest second half of the show, so don't go anywhere. This is the Brett Larson Show with Nick Oliver here tonight from the Green Mill. We're live downtown St. Cloud, everybody.
Husky hockey fans, here's a win-win. Hi, Jill from the Mill here with some great offers for hockey fans. On game day, if you have the Husky app on your phone, the Green Mill will give you half-price appetizers with the purchase of any 2 beverages. And if Huskies win, bring back your tickets the following Monday or Tuesday and get our Ellsworth cheese curd appetizer free with the purchase of 2 beverages. Husky hockey fans, see you at the Mill. Here's to a great season.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill. Here at St. Cloud Orthopedics, we continue to be honored to serve the community we proudly call home with premium specialty orthopedic care. And we've been recognized as Minnesota's best, winning the Gold Award in Orthopedic Surgery in the 2021 Star Tribune Reader's Choice Awards. Thank you to those who nominated and voted for us. And more importantly, thank you for choosing us to help you live better. For only the best in orthopedic care for all bones, joints, and muscles in the body, ask for St. Cloud Orthopedics.
These lakes hold a lot of stories, and all of them get better every time they're told. Because you've got 40-inch gators out there, giant lakers, crappies, sunnies, and walleye. So many walleye. Whatever you're after under the ice, Scheels has what you need. Scheels in-store and online at Scheels.com. Get ready. The ice is calling.
Dear Diary, things I love about Quick Trip. Glazer donuts. Duh. Fuel. Fresh food. Fun treats. But even the little things like stamps, money orders, gift cards, I get them there. Crazy clean bathrooms. So nice with the kids in tow. No fee ATMs. Free air for my tires. A lot of stores charge for that. Not my Quick Trip. And they always smile and make my day. I think I'm in love. And I think they love me.
We at Affinity Plus always strive to be the best we can for Minnesotans, with great products and services to help local folks and small businesses achieve their dreams. And we're proud to have our efforts recognized by Forbes, which ranked Affinity Plus the #1 credit union in Minnesota. Join Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union and bank with the best. Stop in our St. Cloud branch at 2835 West St. Germain Street, Suite 100, or visit us online at affinityplus.org. Insured by NCUA.
Large firm resources delivered with personalized service gives you the best of both worlds. Our firm size allows us to offer businesses and individuals more options for insurance and risk management. And as our company grows, we are intentional about not losing sight of what matters most, people. At North Risk Partners, service to our clients, each other, and our local communities continues to be an important part of who we are. North Risk Partners, large enough to give you options, small enough to be local. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
Perbix down by the net, got a stick on it, directed it wide. Perbix trying to walk back on front. He scores! The Olympian! Nick Perbix, what a play around the net, all skill. And it's 4-1. Yeah, how about that? Nick Perbix, one of his 6 points that he had. And of course, he was just named, if you caught the press release earlier, he was named makes sense, the defenseman of the week. 8-point weekend here. He had the 6 and then the 2 the next night after that. We have Nick Oliver with us here Friday, Saturday, 11-1 over Miami on Friday. And then Saturday's 8-0 game. Miami played better in that game, which is, you go, well, Huskies still won 8-0, but they came out and played much better early on. But still, St. Cloud State, you guys with an outstanding game, and then got the shutout for David Rennick as well.
Yeah, it was another, obviously the second night after a Friday win is always bigger challenge, and they came out hard. I think the very first shift, they had a grade A opportunity off the rush. David made a nice blocker save. They had a couple of opportunities early. They draw a penalty, we go on an early kill, and that ends up going 4-on-4, and so that first 5-6 minutes was a little bit back and forth. It was pretty even, and then our power play did what it's been doing most of the year, and it got us up 1-0 and gave us a big boost, and we were able to ride that momentum and kind of carry it out.
Excellent to see VT Miettinen. He's been working hard. He was shooting whenever chance he had. On Saturday especially, he shot and he scored the first 2 goals of the game. I mean, here's a guy, you guys are getting goal scoring up and down the lineup. I mean, on Friday, 11 goals, 10 different goal scorers. And Miettinen's a guy who, like he was last year, can get hot. His numbers are still hovering a little bit below the pace where they were last year as far as the number of games, but he's not that far behind. But because the expectations, I think, were on him because of Rookie of the Year type year, I think there was a little bit of pressure on him this year. But now I think, is he kind of settling in here a little bit? And he can be that guy that we saw on Saturday, put those 2 goals, get the team going?
He is. He's right there, and he's starting to play some really good hockey. And I think what happens a lot is he came over here last year, no one knew who the heck he was.
No.
Right? And he goes into Omaha in the pod, and every puck that jumps off his stick either went in or had a really good chance to go in. So what you saw later last year and then to start this year is teams really focused on him, and they started keen on him and taking away his time and space, both 5-on-5 and on the power play, right? Mm-hmm. Playing him a little bit differently. So he's had to adjust some things, and he's had to go through some I don't want to call them struggles, but some hard stuff. And that's
adversity.
Exactly.
We call that.
And that's part of growing and developing, and
that's how you learn.
No doubt. But that's the Finnish culture. Like they're competitors, and both him and Yami, and so he's just stuck with it, and he's looked recharged since Christmas break, and obviously the thing's jumping off a stick again.
Yeah, the shorthanded goals this weekend, 3 more this weekend, 2 in the Friday game, 1 on Saturday, 1 on Friday. Have you ever been in a game, any level, where you've scored a shorthanded goal when you were down 2, when you were skating 3-on-5?
Never.
You can't remember that?
Never.
And I know they couldn't find one in the record books. Andrew Melrose, the assistant or the strategic communications sports information director. I know I need to get strategic in there somewhere. It's in the title. But he went back, and going back to the game, the box scores and the game sheets, there was nothing all the way back to 2000. So that was really something. Now here's a stat for you fans. The Huskies on their penalty kills have scored on 11% of their penalty kills. So they have 11% on their penalty kills when they're killing penalties. They've scored 11% of the time. There are teams in the nation, folks, that don't have power plays that are over 11%. I think there are 3 or 4 teams that are 11% or below. So that's really amazing, isn't it? I mean, what is it about this team? Are you guys being more aggressive on the penalty kill? Is it being advantageous when you get those opportunities? What is it here that has gotten you to this point now? I think with 8 shorthanded goals now.
Yeah, I don't think I've been a part of a team as a player or coach that's had this much success with the shorthanded piece of it. I think for sure a big thing we predicate our penalty kill on is pressure.
Right.
And off faceoffs, up ice pressure, pressure on zone entries, any rebound or sprayed puck to the corner, you'll see us trying to get on it really quick. So what I think that does is it puts a lot of stress on a power play unit and puts pressure on people. And, you combine that with some of the personnel we have and guys like Micah Miller. And
I was going to say Micah, yep.
Guys that just have that speed and that ability to get in behind people and win races to pucks. I think Josh Lidke, he scores it, jumps up and scores that goal as a defenseman. He's obviously a high-end skater.
Yeah.
So it's something we talk about too, and we show ways that we can create offense, and I think people think and generally think of the penalty kill as a defensive system, which it mostly is. But I think we've wanted to really instill with this group, and they've really took hold of that. As we want to be the aggressors, we want to be on the attack, and if you have a chance to go, by all means, do it.
The other stat that fans are probably aware of, but one that you can tweet out to your friends: Huskies have 8 shorthanded goals. In the meantime, they've given up 9 power play goals. So they have just one less shorthanded goal than they've given up power play goals. Knock on wood, right? You don't want to get too giddy. You don't want to get too fat. You don't want to be El Gordo here because you can sometimes 11-1, 8-0. You start feeling pretty good about yourselves. You got to guard against that, right?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's as a coaching staff, you always do. I think our guys are mature enough, and that experience will help us. And the reality is we've got to turn the page really quick because we're headed up to Grand Forks this weekend, and they're a team who the last few weeks that they've played haven't had the success that they're accustomed to, and we know we're in for a battle on Friday.
No doubt about that. North Dakota coming off. They went into Western Michigan and got swept. We'll talk about that and more things here with assistant coach Nick Oliver. It is, of course, as we mentioned before, the Brett Larson Show. Coach Larson doing some things with the Olympics. So Coach Oliver, nice enough to join us here live from the Green Mill, right here, the Huskies hockey from Learfield.
Here at St. Cloud Orthopedics, we continue to be honored to serve the community we proudly call home with premium specialty orthopedic care. And we've been recognized as Minnesota's best, winning the Gold Award in Orthopedic Surgery in the 2021 Star Tribune Reader's Choice Awards. Thank you to those who nominated and voted for us. And more importantly, thank you for choosing us to help you live better. For only the best in orthopedic care for all bones, joints, and muscles in the body, ask for St. Cloud Orthopedics.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcast, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Bank like a local at Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Our focus is on building up our communities and working toward a future that includes everyone. And we're succeeding. Forbes has ranked Affinity Plus the #1 credit union in Minnesota. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Locals helping locals. It's the best. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Stop in our St. Cloud branch at 2835 West St. Germain Street, Suite 100, or visit us online at affinityplus.org. Insured by NCUA.
Everyone's energized by the action and drive of the right play. Preferred One has the right moves, too, with major scoring opportunities. For 30 years, Preferred One has provided employee health benefits to large and small companies throughout Husky Nation. Achieving your best health is easy and accessible with Preferred One. We offer top physicians and clinics when and where you need them. 100% preventative coverage, gym discounts, and convenient online care. Need an assist? Call your insurance broker or visit preferredone.com. Preferred One, a proud sponsor of Husky Athletics.
Dear Diary, things I love about Quick Trip. Glazer donut. Duh. Fuel. Fresh food. Fun treats. But even the little things like stamps, money orders, gift cards, I get them there. Crazy clean bathrooms. So nice with the kids in tow. No fee ATMs. Free air for my tires. A lot of stores charge for that. Not my Quick Trip. And they always smile and make my day. I think I'm in love. And I think they love me.
Here comes Easton, left to right, penalty shot, first one this year, to the middle, scores! 4-0. Easton Brodzinski converts, penalty shot, 4-0. First one ever for Easton, and the first one since the regionals last year. Was it VT? VT Mietinen had one in the regionals last year. We can turn that off here. What do you think of the applause sign, by the way? That's a nice addition, isn't it?
You're stepping everything up, Jim. Well, I'm not surprised.
Well, that's what I told Coach Brett Larson. I said, we need to make this the best coaches show in the nation. And I challenge any other coaches show anywhere else to have an applause sign. If they do, I applaud them. I mean, I didn't mean that. Sorry, that was a pun. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Nick Oliver here before we get into the North Dakota series. Nick, go back to your Husky days, your 4 years here. You're a captain your senior year, and I'm sure that it has to be just a thrill, and you're having a ton of fun being an assistant coach here for your alma mater.
Every day, like it's one of those things where I just every day I walk into the rink and at first I got to drive by my old college house every single day right across the street from the rink. So there's memories there, yeah, for sure. And so every day I'm one of the fortunate ones who I'm just constantly reminded everywhere I look of why I do it and how fortunate I am to be in this position I am and kind of what you're working for, yep, right, and why you do it. So it's fun to have that constant reminder every day. When we tweeted out that you were going to be on the show, there's a picture of you on the bench. You've got they're not AirPods because they look like they're wired, but they're the earbuds. Mm-hmm. And I know that you are in contact with RJ Enga, Director of Hockey Operations upstairs, getting the feel, what's going on. Should we challenge? Should we not challenge? What's the price of popcorn up there? That kind of stuff. Is that what you guys are doing when you've got the headphones in? Not about the popcorn, but I mean, is that what you guys are doing? It's like having an eye in the sky, kind of giving you an idea. And are you on with him constantly during the game? We are. Yep, we are, and that's where we're extremely fortunate because RJ, obviously, he spent the last 7 years as an assistant coach at Colorado College. So he's basically a Kevin another coach, right? But he's up top and he's watching things, and he'll kind of phone in if he sees any adjustments or anything that we need to be aware of. And so a lot of things like that. Obviously, you got the challenges. You've got constantly updating us on who's doing well in the face-off dot. So if there's a big draw or an important situation, we kind of know who to put out there. So, yeah, he's awesome. Good thing that you don't play a team coached by Bill Belichick because those would mysteriously go out during the game. Yeah. Or the Giants, like it happened to the Vikings at one time. Yeah. Wasn't that in the NFC Championship in 2000? The Vikings were playing. That was 41 Donut. You don't remember that? You're probably too young. You might have been. So yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I was going to bring that up, or should I not bring that up? You can bring it up with Lammer. He's from Madison, exactly. He's still hurting. Well, tell me the story. You grew up in Roseau. You probably said this the last time you were on, way back when, but you grew up in Roseau, Minnesota guy. What got you over to the Packers? I mean, you're just tired of the losing of the Vikings and all the heartbreak, and you just decided to go somewhere else. And why the Packers? Why not the Seahawks or the Jaguars? Good question. Or the Jets? Yeah, so I was born in 1991. So when I was, just getting into sports and really following it. Yeah. That was the mid-'90s when obviously Green Bay was going on a lot of runs with Favre. You love number 4. Love number 4. And oddly enough, I became a really big Atlanta Braves fan, too, because that was when they were winning the NL East every year. They had the Smoltz, Glavine, and the whole crew, yeah. And all their games were on TBS, so you could get them all on cable. So kind of a big year for me as well as a Braves fan with them getting back and winning the World Series. Yeah. So that's the story behind it. You were obviously Roseau. I saw your dad on TV. Your dad, Scott Oliver, is his dad. Your dad coached at Roseau, now an assistant at East Grand Forks under Tyler Palmasino.
He showed us his Snickers bar. He always has a Snickers bar when it's cold. Is that kind of his secret? He looked very good on TV. I loved his bit there on Hockey Day Minnesota. Anybody watch Hockey Day Minnesota? That Scott Oliver was Nick's dad.
Yep. No, he's enjoying it. He's retired now from teaching, but I don't know if he'll ever be able to give up the coaching side of it. But he's still does. He's 10+ years in the Elite League now, the Upper Midwest Elite League in the fall, and obviously still helping out at East Grand Forks. So he loves it. He's got that passion still, and it's always fun when he's able to, like he was at Hockey Day on Saturday, buzzed up here, watched our game, spent the night. And as soon as I get home, I'm watching the end of the Packers game, watching them lose, and then all of a sudden my dad wants to start talking about our game and what he's seeing. You know what I mean? So it's great.
You guys are talking shop.
No doubt. And it's great for me to obviously have that support and someone to bounce things off of, and someone who's been through it, and someone who's obviously been so supportive.
So with head coach Brett Larson going and assisting at the Olympics in Beijing next month, how does that change the duties on the coaching staff? I know that Coach mentioned that they did get a waiver allowing R.J. Enga to be a regular coach here and do more than what he has been doing. We mentioned a longtime assistant at Colorado College, but how do the roles kind of change here? And I want to know who's going to handle the pregame interview for the radio broadcast too.
That might be the biggest one, right?
Yeah, it might be. Forget about preparing your power play.
Yeah,
it's
no doubt. Well, to be honest, and this is no word of a lie, like we haven't talked about it yet.
Really,
we haven't. It's just funny how you get so focused on what you're doing and focus.
It'll all fall in place anyway. So,
and it's a great we have a really fun staff and a great staff, and Coach Shayak, Coach Enga, obviously Coach Larson. We all get along very, very well. We all work together very well, and I think it's just going to be all hands on deck when Coach is gone. And it's going to be fun though, because I think the players are going to have as much ownership in the whole thing as we do. Right? This is their team and their year, and it's going to be fun to watch them down the stretch.
And somebody's going to have to step up. Somebody's going to have to take the place of Nick Perbix. Somebody's going to have to move up and take a place as one of the forwards with Sam Hinches being gone to the Olympics too. So it's both on the bench and also amongst the players coming out of that locker room too, Nick.
For sure. And I think that was obviously we missed Sam. That long stretch he was out the first half, but what it did is it gives other guys an opportunity to play some of those minutes, right? So I think for that loss, we're going to be able to adjust a little bit more seamlessly, right? Obviously, Purby's been in the lineup every night this year, so and we'll miss him, but I think the depth of our D-core is one of the big strengths of our team, and we feel like we've got some not only talented players back there, but a lot of depth that can step in and shoulder some of those minutes.
Final question, preview North Dakota. They're going to be hurting a little bit. We know what it feels like to go into Western Michigan and get swept. They are really playing well right now, but North Dakota, they'll be buzzing, I'm sure. They'll be ready to go, and they'll be angry, so our club will have to be ready.
No doubt. It's obviously one of the funnest buildings to play in, funnest environments to play in. Historically, we've showed up in that building and played some really good hockey up there. So that's our focus this week, and we know they're going to be desperate, but in the same sense, like we're fighting for home ice still. So there's desperation on our side of things too, and I think it's about how we prepare this week and get ready to go up there Friday and give them hell.
Friday, North Dakota. Saturday, North Dakota, Grand Forks at the Ralph. And, of course, we'll have them for you on your radio home for Huskies Hockey, KNSI, 1450 AM and 99.3 FM. Everybody, let's hear it for Nick Oliver, assistant coach for the Huskies, filling in for head coach Brett Larson. Coming up next, our player guests, the goalies, the non-European goalies, Joey Lamoureux, Jackson Castor. It's coming up. This is Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcasts, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Everyone's energized by the action and drive of the right play. Preferred One has the right moves, too, with major scoring opportunities. For 30 years, Preferred One has provided employee health benefits to large and small companies throughout Husky Nation. Achieving your best health is easy and accessible with Preferred One. We offer top physicians and clinics when and where you need them. 100% preventative coverage, gym discounts, and convenient online care. Need an assist? Call your insurance broker or visit preferredone.com. Preferred One, a proud sponsor of Husky Athletics.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at work@canes.com.
These lakes hold a lot of stories, and all of them get better every time they're told. Because you've got 40-inch gators out there, giant lakers, crappie, sunnies, and walleye. So many walleye. Whatever you're after under the ice, Shields has what you need. Shields in-store and online at shields.com. Get ready. The ice is calling.
Your vehicle is worth more at McKay's. Whether you buy from McKay's or not, you can sell your used vehicle. Stop in and find out how much your vehicle is worth. If you're searching for a specific vehicle and having a hard time finding what you want, McKay's will custom order your Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram. Then when your vehicle arrives, McKay's guarantees the better of available rebates and offers. McKay's, Division Street, St. Cloud, and McKaysDodge.com.
Come to McKay's and drive the best. McKays.
And here comes a 2-on-1, shorthanded, Perbix, Kupka, backhand, scores! And it continues here for St. Cloud. They get the shorthanded goal, their 6th of the season. This is amazing. It's 8-1. Yeah, it was amazing. The amazing Huskies. You've heard of the amazing Mets, the amazing Huskies. Outscoring Miami 19-1 here this weekend. The only two guys that didn't score a point here this weekend, the two backup goalies here behind David Rennick. Let's hear it for Joey Lamoureux and Jackson Castor. Thanks for being with us here. I thought having two goalies on the show at the same time would just be absolutely amazing. Did you think the same thing as soon as you realized you'd be on with Jackson?
Oh, yeah. It's a great surprise.
What did you think when you guys were watching, first of all, Jackson, when you were watching that offensive performance of your teammates here this weekend, Friday and Saturday?
I can't really say I was surprised, honestly.
Really?
I mean,
you felt pretty good coming in with the guys.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go against these guys every day in practice, and super talented, super skilled, and I mean, they just kept scoring. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, Joey, your thoughts on the weekend here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had a few weeks off, so knew everyone was going to be excited to play, and obviously the score showed it.
Yeah. A little bit about you guys first. Jackson, take us back to your days in Phoenix, Arizona, what it was like. Did you grow up playing hockey in Phoenix, or was that just where you were born and then you moved, or were you youth in Phoenix? Tell me a little bit about your youth.
Yeah, born and raised in Phoenix. Started playing roller hockey when I was like 5.
So you played roller hockey before ice hockey?
Yeah, just like in our driveway.
Okay, I gotcha.
In our street.
Yep.
My older brother, he's about 5 years older, and all the neighborhood kids were always older, and I was always the youngest, so I just got stuck in net. So,
did you have any pads at that time?
Yeah, I did.
Baseball glove? Oh, you did have actual goalie pads? Baseball glove, yeah.
Yeah, so took a beating in net, but Yeah, it was fun.
When did you first get into ice hockey then? When did you first start actually out on the ice?
Yeah, I started skating when I was about 6.
Okay.
And then I insisted I was a goalie. Like in mini mites, no one's really a goalie. They kind of like rotate.
Right.
But I insisted.
So you like the position.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. And here I am now.
Joey, in Madison, Wisconsin, is that that's listed, or your home is in that area, right, in Wisconsin? Or tell me more about your hometown.
Yeah, I'm actually from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so just about an hour away from Madison. But yeah, kind of similar, except for I was able to skate on a pond during winter.
Sure, right.
So, yeah, that's kind of where I started at, and then ended up playing juniors in Madison. So maybe just it was kind of nice to be kind of close to home for juniors.
Yeah, and Nick Oliver's a Packers fan. We might as well get it out of the way right away. How much does a game like that yesterday hurt? As Vikings fans, we know a lot about hurt, and the Packers have won more Super Bowls than the Vikings have, and of course we're happy for Packers fans, and Vikings might get there eventually in the next century. But how was that as a Packers fan to watch that? Unbelievable kind of thing? You didn't think that would happen, or were you kind of nervous going in against the 49ers?
No, it was tough. I mean, kind of thought they'd win, and I heard about it today at the rink. You know, everyone made sure I knew that they lost, and it was tough to watch. We were actually only able to watch the second half because we had our game, but
right.
It was still a tough way to go out.
Any other Packers fans on the team other than assistant coach Nick Oliver? Any other players?
Yeah, I converted. Zach Okabe and
really?
Kyler Kupka. And then
how do you convert? How do you do the conversion? Do you put them into a sweat lodge? Or what do you do? Do you deprive them of water for a week? How do you get them to switch over and become a Packer fan? It's a conversion. I mean, it sounds like something that's really serious that you go through.
Well, both of them are from Canada, so they didn't really have a team. No. And Zach and I were roommates freshman year, so he just kind of hopped on. And, I mean, yeah. That's kind of how that all played out.
And plus, your pitch to them probably also was, then you can give all the Vikings fans on the team, you can needle them, right?
Exactly.
That's a big selling point, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
At that point. Do you have a favorite NFL team? Are you a Cardinals guy?
Diehard Cardinals fan, so that was pretty disappointing seeing them.
How good? They had a really good season, right, going, and then they just kind of, did they peter out a little bit at the end?
They had a great start, and then went all downhill from there. And their playoff game, I think we scored as many points Friday night as they did against the Rams.
That's right. Good point. We kind of heard Joey Jackson's story, how he became a goalie. Were you always a goalie, or is that something that you just kind of fell into, or was it something where you fell in love with the position? What's your story on becoming a netminder?
Yeah, I didn't start playing goalie right away. I was just, I think, a forward or something, and I just really liked the gear. But my parents did not want me to be a goalie at all.
Because that's expensive gear.
Exactly, and nerve-wracking for my mom to watch too. So, but eventually they, caved in and let me do it, and ever since just been in love with the position.
Yeah, we've got Joey Lamoureux. We have Jackson Castor, 2 of the 3 goalies on the club. We'll talk more with them as we go. We're at the Green Mill again. The next show after tonight won't be until after we play the next home series, which will be that series that was moved later in February against Western Michigan. So February 14th, it'll be a special Valentine's Day show. So bring your sweetie. Mark it down now here at the Green Mill. It's the Brett Larson Show. It's Huskies Hockey, and we are live. Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
Looking for career opportunities in a dynamic industry? Want to find a career working for a stable company headquartered in St. Cloud? Since 1978, Speedy Delivery has been your next-day delivery specialist. Speedy Delivery is currently looking for route delivery drivers, CDL drivers, vehicle mechanics, and both full-time and part-time package handlers. For more information on how to become a part of the Speedy Delivery team, visit SpeedyDelivery.com or call 320-251-6697. Speedy Delivery is a proud supporter of St. Cloud State Athletics, equal opportunity employer.
Whether it's the fresh powder of a winning
winter wonderland or the dirt of a scenic summer trail, Mies Outland has you covered for every season. Stop in today and check out the all-new lineup of Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. From the rough and tough Ranger to the trail-taming Indy XC, you'll find your perfect fit and exceptional service at Mies Outland. It's the reason they are Minnesota's power sports superstore. Mies Outland, Highway 55 in Watkins, Highway 10 in St. Cloud, and online at MiesOutland.com. Warning, always wear a helmet and other safety apparel. Never drink and ride.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant, and I'm driving my car safely and legally communicating on my phone. Minnesota law allows a driver to use their cell phone to make calls, text, listen to music or podcasts, and get directions by voice command or single-touch activation without holding your phone. Violations are very expensive.
The National Safety Council reports that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes per year, and nearly 400,000 injuries are caused by texting and driving. Not surprising, since 4 seconds with your eyes off the road is like driving the length of a football field blindfolded. And research shows that just 2 seconds increases the risk of an accident up to 24 times. Texting may only take a second, but it can end your life or ruin it forever. Please drive safely and stay alive.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Everyone's energized by the action and drive of the right play. Preferred One has the right moves, too, with major scoring opportunities. For 30 years, Preferred One has provided employee health benefits to large and small companies throughout Husky Nation. Achieving your best health is easy and accessible with Preferred One. We offer top physicians and clinics when and where you need them. 100% preventative coverage, gym discounts, and convenient online care. Need an assist? Call your insurance broker or visit preferredone.com. Preferred One, a proud sponsor of Husky Athletics.
Roto-Rooter is now hiring, and today we're with Steve and Travis from Roto-Rooter to tell you all about it.
It's true. Roto-Rooter is now hiring licensed plumbers, drain technicians, and don't forget about our brand new position, a tanker pump truck driver. We just got that brand new Peterbilt pump truck. We are looking for a CDL driver, too. At Roto-Rooter, the pay is great. You get a 401k, company match, paid vacation, and more. Plus, apply today, and Travis will buy you lunch. I'm going to do what now? Apply in person or online at rotorootermn.com.
Flips it over to Miller. Micah the other way. 2-on-2 shorthanded here with Fitzgerald. He'll come across. Fitzgerald trailing. He scores! That's shorthanded goal number 3. And another one for St. Cloud. And another shorthanded goal. And oh my, it's 9-1. Oh my, 9-1 shorthanded goal. Micah Miller. He's a shorthanded specialist. He has 3 now on the season. That leads the entire nation in shorthanded goals. Guys, what's up with our club here, scoring all these shorthanded goals? It's kind of cool. Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, they're just super talented.
Yeah, that's all you can say, really. Put yourself and your team and your line mates in good position and then take advantage.
Yeah.
And we've done that 8 times here this season. We have Joey Lamoureux and Jackson Castor here. So you played juniors. Was the Madison Capitals?
Yep.
That's where you were. What where do they play their games? Are they at the old? Is it the Dunn County? What's the name of the arena there in Madison? Is it one of the fairgrounds?
They're at I think it's Capitol Ice Arena in Madison.
Okay. Right.
But they used to play at the Lion Energy Center.
Okay.
So that's more like, I think that's where the Badgers used to play.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Coliseum.
Before they got the Kohl Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Jackson, your story, your story's pretty interesting because it's Phoenix, and then you played juniors. You went to Shreveport, right? Played for the Mud Bugs.
Yeah, I started in Dubuque in the USHL. Then I played half a year in Shreveport, Louisiana.
What did you like? I worked for 3 years in Memphis. We had a minor league team there. The Memphis River Kings were actually in northern Mississippi. And we played Bossier Shreveport a lot. Yeah. That's when they were the pro team, Central Hockey League, before they flipped to the North American League. They got a nice building there. Did you play in the new building, the Century Tel Link Center, or whatever that was?
We actually played in the old building.
Oh my!
Yeah,
that was kind of an older barn.
Yeah,
wasn't
the Hirsch Coliseum. So I guess like Elvis performed there.
That's probably where they had the Louisiana Hayride.
And the saying "Elvis has left the building," I guess, originated there.
There you go. Trivia here on the Brett Larson Show with Jackson Castor. So next time you are in the nets, and the game is over, I will say Jackson Castor has left the building in honor of that, if I can remember it. That's not always a guarantee. Now, you played club hockey here at St. Cloud, right?
I did.
You played club hockey for 1 year to kind of wait for the position to open up here, and I commend you for doing that. Obviously you wanted to be a part of this program. You were willing to do that for that season, enroll here, do the school thing, work on school, and then be ready for the hockey team.
Yeah, so I had some eligibility issues, so I had the opportunity to come here for a year and sit out, not play hockey. Or I played for the club team, and then waited a year, and
there you are.
Played on the squad.
There you are, old number 40. I watched. There was a club game going on during or before our game, both Friday and Saturday. It was Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State. There's some guys that can play a little bit. They got some skill, but they might not be as fast, or they're fast, but they don't have as much skill.
Yeah,
but there's some guys that played they played high school hockey, a lot of them, haven't they?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, those guys just play to,
for fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good time. Some good guys on that team.
Do they do NCAA rules? Or what rules they use? Is fighting not allowed? Or is it like juniors?
No, fighting's not allowed.
No, fighting is not allowed. Okay, that's good. I was waiting for one to break out, but it didn't happen. Jackson, give me a thought on your season. Obviously, David Rennick has been just awesome. Fifth-year guy. You're waiting in the wings as the number 2 guy. And when you have gotten the call, you have answered that call. You have to be pretty proud and excited the way that you've played here this year when you've gotten the opportunity, Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, you said it. It's just waiting to get the call and making sure you perform when you do. And we got a really good team in front of us, and that makes it so much easier to play goalie. And, happy with the way we've played so far, and I think we're just getting started, and we have a lot better, and we haven't really played our best yet against top opponents, and I think the future is really bright for this team.
Yeah, most recent game you played in the second game, the home portion of the home and home against Bemidji State, and you barely settle in, and they get a breakaway, and their top scorer comes at you. And how did you feel about that? Obviously, you weren't happy, but then you settled in, which was really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal to get a breakaway first shot and it go in, but
it's probably not the first. It happens to all goalies.
Yeah, it's definitely
happens to all goalies.
It's happened before, so
what do you tell yourself? How do you get refocused and not get down?
You just flush it.
Just flush it, huh?
Forget about it. Focus on the next shot, and like I said, we have a good team, and they can score goals, one goal is not going to win the game. So.
Exactly. That's the perfect attitude. And then, Joey, you as the number 3 guy, you got in on the game against St. Thomas, got some time there, and you're waiting in the wings now. What is that like for you, and how important is it to have 3 goalies? If the NCAA was, and they'll never do this, but if they were to say, no, you can only carry 2 goalies, you can only carry 2, give us the sales pitch of why a team needs to have 3 goalies.
Yeah, I just think that it creates a competition throughout the team. Obviously, Jackson and David are unbelievable goalies, and I mean, just in practice every day, we're all battling with each other, and I think that just competition within the team makes the whole team better. So it's kind of the attitude, and I think that's the right thing to do.
How are practices? I mean, who's got a sneaky good shot? Maybe one of the guys that doesn't score a lot of goals, but a guy that you face in practice that has a better shot than we know about.
I'd say Chase Brand.
Really?
Yeah, sneaky, skilled, and he takes care of us goalies too. He makes sure we're warmed up, and we appreciate that a lot.
That's nice. Well, yeah, you got to be warmed up, no doubt. Who's got the heaviest shot?
I would say either Sam Hinches or Micah Miller.
Really?
They're both just they're fast. They're hard.
Would you agree with those as well?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But Ryan Roseborough has a pretty good shot too.
And that's a name we haven't heard a lot about. He's a freshman, first year guy, hasn't gotten in, and there are a few of those guys. I mean, think about trying to break into this lineup, right, coming in here. Josh Litke's been outstanding, and Mason Salquist has. We've got some guys, pretty good guys, waiting in the wings too, don't we, Joey?
Yeah, for sure. The whole freshman class is just phenomenal, and good guys too, and a lot of guys stepped up this year and filled roles, and it's been everyone's getting more used to playing with each other and at this level. So it's been fun to watch.
What does full, good, high-end hockey gear go for? If I was going to all of a sudden become a goalie and I wanted to go and outfit myself with quality gear, any idea what it would be? Am I talking $1,500? Am I talking $2,500? Do you guys know?
I think higher than $2,500.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe $3,000 or maybe a little bit more.
So I might have to make stuff out of cardboard then, maybe some pillows.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Get my old first baseman's glove as well. We're going to talk more with Joey Lamoureux and Jackson Castor. We're live here from the Green Mill. Hey, we're back here on the 14th. Of course, Huskies go to North Dakota this weekend. This is Huskies hockey from Learfield.
Diary. Things I love about Quick Trip. Glazer donut. Duh. Fuel. Fresh food. Fun treats. But even the little things like stamps, money orders, gift cards, I get them there. Crazy clean bathrooms. So nice with the kids in tow. No fee ATMs. Free air for my tires. A lot of stores charge for that. Not my Quick Trip. And they always smile and make my day. I think I'm in love. And I think they love me.
We at Affinity Plus always strive to be the best we can for Minnesotans, with great products and services to help local folks and small businesses achieve their dreams. And we're proud to have our efforts recognized by Forbes, which ranked Affinity Plus the #1 credit union in Minnesota. Join Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union and bank with the best. Stop in our St. Cloud branch at 2835 West St. Germain Street, Suite 100, or visit us online at affinityplus.org. Insured by NCUA.
These lakes hold a lot of stories, and all of them get better every time they're told. Because you've got 40-inch gators out there, giant lakers, crappie, sunnies, and walleye. So many walleye. Whatever you're after under the ice, Shields has what you need. Shields in-store and online at shields.com. Get ready. The ice is calling.
Large firm resources delivered with personalized service gives you the best of both worlds. Our firm size allows us to offer businesses and individuals more options for insurance and risk management. And as our company grows, we are intentional about not losing sight of what matters most, people. At North Risk Partners, service to our clients, each other, and our local communities continues to be an important part of who we are. North Risk Partners, large enough to give you options, small enough to be local. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at work@canes.com.
Roto-Rooter is now hiring, and today we're with Steve and Travis from Roto-Rooter to tell you all about it.
It's true. Roto-Rooter is now hiring licensed plumbers, drain technicians, and don't forget about our brand new position, a tanker pump truck driver. We just got that brand new Peterbilt pump truck. We are looking for a CDL driver too. At Roto-Rooter, the pay is great. You get a 401k, company match, paid vacation, and more. Plus, apply today and Travis will buy you lunch. I'm going to do what now? Apply in person or online at rotorootermn.com.
Final segment here on the Brett Larson Show. Thanks to Nick Oliver for being with us here. Nobody's applauding. Got the applause sign on, folks. You're still eating your great food. Thank you. That's all right. Appreciate that. Jackson Castor, Joey Lamoureux. Final segment here with these guys here on the Brett Larson Show. And it's North Dakota coming up here this weekend. You guys go to Ralph Engelstad Arena. Always an entertaining place to play, right? That is, as a player, you know, it's got to be easy to get up to play there.
Yeah, I mean, I've never
been in a game there yet, right?
Yeah, not yet. But last year, even during the COVID, they had some fans there, and it's pretty rowdy.
Yeah, Joey, you made the trip up there?
Yep. Freshman year, and then I just remember like skating around in warm-ups and looking up, and they have a full student section already. Yeah. So, it's a fun series for sure.
It'll be bonkers. And a little bit more about you, Joy. What do you like to do other than hockey? What do you do in your spare time? What are some of the hobbies that you may have?
I
other than being a Packer fan?
Yeah, Packer fan takes up a lot of time, but I like to read. I play a lot of video games.
Okay, so first of all, what's the latest book that you've read? Do you have any suggestions, any recommendations to those who may read watching this?
I'm reading
Cat in the Hat.
Hey, I just finished that one, Jackson. Don't joke.
It's a classic.
I think it's called Make Your Own Bed or something like that.
Okay.
And,
are you more fiction, nonfiction? Are you going bios or?
It's kind of whatever. I mean, you kind of go in and out of it, but yeah, just kind of. I've been playing a lot of NHL video games right now with our roommates, so I've kind of been getting away from reading lately. So
NHL, like the latest one, or a few years back, which is the ideal one? Because I always hear that they come out with NHL 22 or whatever, but then everybody goes, well, 19 was better, so we just keep playing that one. What do you got?
Yeah, we all chipped in $5 to get the new one, so we've been playing that, and it's been pretty fun.
All right, Jackson, what do you do other than hockey?
I'm usually over at his house playing NHL with him.
NHL,
so, yeah.
Who wins? Who's got the better club? Who wins more often than not? Are we ready to say that at this point?
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty equal games, but I think Jax has beat me the last couple times.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Have the guys taken you ice fishing since you've been here?
I've been once.
You have?
Yeah,
being
Spencer
from Phoenix.
Meyer. Yeah, it's a good time.
What do you think of the cold? I mean, did you play – you were in Dubuque, so that is cold, but now you've spent a little more extended time here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah.
But, going back home for Christmas, it's definitely a nice, refreshing restart button, and then right back to below zero weather. So I don't mind it.
No, not at all.
Summers here make it worth it.
How about the fact that the guys wore matching Frozen 4 or Frozen Face-Off hats here today? Did you coordinate that?
We did.
That was nice.
Yeah.
First time we've had guests that have coordinated their outfits. So you guys go top of the list here as far as the guests here on the Brett Larson Show. Joey, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Jackson, thank you for coming. Two of our three goaltenders here. Again, the game's coming up this weekend at North Dakota. Here are the start times for you up at Grand Forks and Ralph Engelstad Arena, 7 o'clock on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. And, of course, tune in, Dave Reichel and myself, on the radio home of the Huskies. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. 99.3 and 1450 AM KNSI. You've been watching the Brett Larson Show back on February 14th, live from the Green Mill, and this has been Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
This has been the Brett Larson Show, presented by Meese Outland, Minnesota's premier power sports dealership for over 75 years. Also brought to you by Deerwood Bank. Some call it Minnesota Nice. We call it #Deerwood Nice. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Banking is what we do. People is who we are. Quick Trip. See you next time. And by Roto-Rooter. Trusted plumbing and water cleanup services at any hour, any day. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Husky Sports Network.